and I'm going to tell you about our journey of sorrow and suffering with the Callahan family and their daughter, Maddie. Compassion. Our priest told us one Sunday that it means to suffer with. Last year, when a 14-year-old boy in our youth group got up in front of all of us and told us about his 7-year-old sister who had cancer, our entire youth group of 88 kids embarked on a journey of compassion for this family. After Jack told us about how much Maddie was suffering and about the hospital and stuff, we all wanted to do something. It was really cool to see everyone in our youth group really get into trying to do something. We were no longer a youth group. We were a family, helping members of our family. Jack told us that Seattle Children's Hospital could really use some DVDs to keep the kids occupied while staying at the hospital. So we went all out collecting DVDs and video games for them. I'll never forget the day we counted all the stuff we collected. We built a huge wall with all this media, and then we got a surprise. Maddie. Whoa. She bounded in with the energy of a typical 7-year-old, but her bald head and feeding tube gave away that she was still fighting for her life. She was so excited to see all the videos that was way bigger than her going to the hospital because she inspired so many to help. We collected close to 1,000 DVDs and video games, including some new Wiis for the Seattle Children's Hospital. Our church newsletter showed a picture of some of us unloading all the stuff at the hospital, and the headline was, "Jesus spotted in the halls of Seattle Children's Hospital walking with NQP youth." As you know, it's pretty cool because clearly Jesus is walking with us as we walk with Maddie and her family. Jack donated his bone marrow to Maddie last April, right around Easter. We took turns writing messages of hope and prayer on a special webpage just for Maddie. In summer, we hosted a movie night for the kids at the Ronald McDonald House. You see, Maddie's family had met many other very sick kids from all over the country, and a lot of them stayed at the Ronald McDonald House. Maddie thought it was pretty cool that we were helping other kids because she inspired us to. A lot of the kids in our youth group donated their own Maddie in exchange for a Team Maddie shirt that we wore with pride. And this is our Team Maddie shirt here. Woohoo! Maddie turned 8 in November, and she had a second bone marrow transplant. Sadly, Maddie died on November 30th, 2009. On the night she died, our youth group left a little decorated Christmas tree on their front step with an angel decoration front and center, and a card from the entire youth group, and they lit a candle for Maddie. Later, we learned that as the candle was being lit, Maddie was taking her last breath. We pulled together once more. Members of our youth group planted a little pine tree at the front entrance of our church. We made cute little angel decorations with messages to the family and decorated the tree before school on the day of the funeral. A lot of kids in our youth group made salads and dessert for the funeral reception. One girl in our youth group was even part of the funeral procession, carrying a really neat stand filled with more angel decorations made by our youth group. And more members of our youth group created a special place for children who attended the funeral where they could make ornaments, hear a story, and give their parents room to grieve. I was part of that. St. Francis of Assisi said, "Preach the gospel at all times, and when necessary, use words." I think that's exactly what we were doing as we walked with Maddie's family on their journey. We did what the gospel calls us to do. We loved our neighbor, we comforted the sick, we prayed, and we gave thanks. We are the body of Christ. If a bunch of middle schoolers can achieve so much in such a short period of time, imagine how great the world would be if everyone preached the gospel St. Francis style. Imagine if everyone tried just a little harder to put the passion into compassion. Thank you.
Woo! Woo-hoo!
Let's give it up for Christina.